Hey everyone, Josh here with Gaming Underground Miniatures, back again for another unboxing video. I know it's been a while, so we're going to get back into the swing of things here by starting with an unboxing. That's always gone pretty well for us. And today, we are unboxing Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry, a hot new skirmish game from Games Workshop. I think it plays great, but we're not going to go into just that yet. We're going to go into just doing the unboxing, and then I'm going to do a separate video about the review. So you'll see a Warcry review video, but for right now we're just going to get an unboxing. I'm also going to throw in with the unboxing, doing a unboxing of one of the card packs. It is actually, as you see, a lot bigger than you might suspect it to be. I have bought others, and that is because some of the cards are more your standard card size for games, whereas the overall fighter card that describes all the different fighters and the abilities is one huge card. So you're going to get to see what that looks like. You're going to get to see all the contents in the box. So let's jump right to it. Let's take a look here. Alright, so we have our big Warcry box. Just to give an idea of pricing, it's $170. So it falls right in line with the Kill Team pricing, falls right in line with a lot of the recent starter kits. And I think that's going to be the price mark they aim for in the future for a lot of things, is at $170. That seems to be where they're comfortable right now. Alright, after that taking off that wrapping from the first kit, and I have played a game. I've actually played a couple games already. So, played with a friend. He was helping show the game with his wife and a couple other friends of mine. So as you can see right away, you start with some of the plastic that you build for guys. There's a couple sprues there of that. This is for the beasts, so you have like different little creatures that you build as well. So yeah, you actually got a lot for this right away. Like I'm already seeing just a few different sprues for them. Now we're going to get to the really big part, the terrain. The terrain for this game is massive. For a skirmish game, it's like mind-blowing how much terrain there is. But all these sprues you see me throwing out now, this whole stack is terrain, and it's really solid terrain on top of that. So you have kind of your walls and your ruins right here. This is where they kind of have like bridges in a sense, and like creeks and stuff that you can go over. You can see more bridges here. This actually helps build a stone head for like the head of Sigmar. We have what is actually, I think, one of the coolest ones in the box. They actually just have this bell, and you would think it's like an objective. You could probably make it one for like a narrative or something, but it's just this giant post with like a bell, like a signal bell that you would ring. But you got the little ladders, you got the bridges to go across, you got doorways. You have more of the buildings and everything. And something that I don't know if everyone caught, but they did talk about it. If you take the Azerite Ruins box, and let me see if I can get close enough, right here, you can actually see they built these kits so that if you want to, you can actually combine them with the Azerite Ruins kits and make really unique terrain. Now, I will say something to start off with right away. This box, when you make terrain, the game itself actually demands very specific terrain in order to play the cards the way you want. So if you want to play the cards like right out of the box, it actually tells you need to build the terrain a certain way. Now, if you are someone fortunate enough to be able to pick up, say, 2 of these, or maybe somebody you know doesn't care about the terrain, they just want the 2 teams in it and the rule book, so maybe you can work out a deal with the terrain for them. I think it could be really cool to build one, do box specifications, and then have another that you just alterate with the other kits that they can combine with and make some really crazy terrain. And then more of the bridges here and stuff. You can see where this is kind of like more rickety and put together, and this all gives a very different vibe. You have like pikes here, so you can actually build stone walls that you can throw people onto. A lot of like skeletons and bodies and everything. Once again, more of those ruins that you can combine. So there are different ones. So could very well be worth it to get that second one if you can, and combine to them to make some unique terrain that's not going to be seen in other kits. And then one more piece that does the same thing almost. This one has kind of like a fountain pool right here and whatnot as well. Some little bits and everything. So that's pretty neat there. And we're still not even done yet. So now I'll actually go back through and show some of the actual ones for the different groupings. So you saw these earlier. This one is for the big tough guys, the iron golems. This one is for the untamed beast. More of them here. So they have your 2 different sprues there. There's not much in the way of customization for fighters. I will say that. So what they have is pretty much what they have. You're not going to customize them too much. It's not going to be like Kill Team in that way where you can have a sniper or 2 snipers and you can have a melee guy or anything like that. What your team is comprised of, now you can buy different things. If you want a bunch of melee people and your team does melee and shooting, you can buy into the shooting aspect, or you can buy into the melee aspect, but you're not going to be able to customize what each one does too much in terms of weaponry. You have the little beast ones here, the Furies, which I think a lot of people are excited about because they've had them for a while without having models. So you have rules, and now you finally have new models for them, which is great. And that makes for like all the different fighting pieces you can put together. Once again, a healthy stack. The terrain is really what makes this box for me, honestly. Let's pop down into the final bits here. Once again, one other cool posters. You get this time the Warcry poster with the iron golems here. Got the untamed beast, they're fighting in the background. So you got them right here fighting. It shows like the Great 8 Points Castle in the background, all that kind of fun stuff. Then you get your board, the 30 by 22. They stuck with that for Warcry. So if you're used to that for Kill Team, they stuck with that again. Tokens, so you have your wound tokens, you have your activation tokens, all the typical kind of tokens that come with that aspect, which is something that you'll need right there. Alright, so and then, if you're familiar with the open war cards in Age of Sigmar or Warhammer 40k, then you'll pretty much get the idea here. This is your objective, deployment. Um, let's see, do they have anything unique? I'm trying to think. Twist cards, so you know you got your twist. The only one that, and then your victory condition. The battlefield cards, that is a little bit unique. This is what I was talking about in the sense of they want you to build specific terrain to use with these. If you don't, you can still do missions. Some of them are easier to kind of put together yourselves, but this deck will be very hard to use, if not impossible. You have your stat cards for the different creatures in here and the different teams. Another tiny poster that also gives you a free sample chapter. So if you like to read the Warhammer novels and stuff, they actually made a dedicated Warcry novel, which is going to just be great for the fluff. Your bases, so you start having your little bases for stuff coming in. Your fighter cards. So this now breaks down into the individuals that they talk about on these cards, and you can see how much they cost. They give you all the different stats here. We'll go over that in the review video, but very well made cards. You're still going to want to put them most likely in like a clear sleeve just to keep them safe. Your core rule book, the assembly instructions, which it shouldn't be too hard. They're not too flexible in the way that they're built, so even though they're not easy fit, they're still going to be pretty much one-way construction. You can actually see like all the different terrain that you're supposed to be able to build. Different bags that you can put all your little goodies in. You have your tape, your ruler, that way you can show between opponents. More bases for your guys. And then most importantly, I'd say probably out of it, is all the little D6s you have. So you have the colored ones for the iron golems, the red colored ones, you have the brown colored ones for untamed beasts, and then you just kind of have the universal ones. So you have all of that stuff. Once again, $170. Really great price, I think. The terrain alone puts it right up there for what I think you should get. And finally, let me show you one of these real quick. So this is one of their card packs. And I'm going to tell you why these are great. If you are an AOS player, or you know someone that plays AOS, they're not completely sold on Warcry yet, or they don't want to have to invest a great amount again, $8. It takes $8 with the right grouping to get them into this. One of my friends, he plays Stormcast Eternals. He saw us playing yesterday. He came in kind of late to the game night, but it didn't matter because this runs so quick. And we told him, you can play what you have. All you have to do is invest $8. Spend $8 and you can go play. He went and bought it. He tried them out. He had a great time. He loved the game. So now he's in it for $8. So these are like the huge cards that you're going to get. And if you're asking why do you have multiple, different languages, because this is the only thing that requires language. These little cards, they actually only have number statistic values, and then they have symbols. So these actually don't have to be reprinted in a bunch of languages. They only did that for these, which makes them great. And you can kind of see a size comparison to them. So it's a little bigger than I think that most people were expecting the card packs to be, but it's an awesome box set. Worth the $170 for this, worth the $8 for the card packs. You can definitely buy more into it as you go along. There's more warbands coming out already, and as soon as they get through all the current warbands and stuff is bought up, I'm almost positive a wave 2 will come, and that wave 2 will do great as well, selling more armies that are already out. They'll probably bring in more unique warbands, but I'd go out, I'd give it a solid buy. You're not going to lose any money off of this. Each warband's worth $50. That's $100 right there with that. You have the core rulebook. I believe that's going for $60. That's $160. The terrain alone would probably be a $100 set, if not more. You are getting your money. You're going to have plenty of fun with the game. So after you check out this, look out for the review video. Go check that out and tell me what you think on both this unboxing video, what you think of the contents, and on the review video, let me know what you think about the game itself. I'm going to go more in depth with that, and hopefully you like it. Thank you guys for checking this out. Happy wargaming.